Can't think of anything.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages.
Oh, the hell with it. Let's just start the show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vern and Bob Star Trek show on the Star Trek Network. My name is Vernon.
I'm Bob.
And we are here to talk to you today about a great episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine that is called Civil Defense, Season 3, Episode 7, original air date of November 7th, 1994. Bob, did you like this episode?
I did. It's got a couple of things I really like. I got a couple of complaints about it, but really quick, first of all, I just want to apologize if I look rough and sound rough. I am in the midst of some kind of funk. And but yes, this was for the most part a very good episode. There was a couple of places that but we'll get to that.
And this episode is well known as being the catalyst for one of the most famous memes that you have out there, which is Gul Dukat saying, "Attention Bajoran workers." And then it can be used for a lot of different things. So yeah, we get that out of this episode.
Yes, very, very classic meme.
But we're going to go ahead and get started with the things we like, things we don't like. And I'm going to start with one that I don't like. Which is not necessarily a knock against the episode. It's just a storyline knock. Why is Jake Sisko always screwing things up?
That's a good point. Why, what was this whole thing where he's working with, and I want to preface, I've watched through DS9 a couple times. I'm not as familiar with it as TNG. But was this like set up that he was like O'Brien's helper, or is this just a random thing that was going on?
A random thing that happened.
Okay. I didn't know if this was something that was set because it was early in the third season. So maybe a couple episodes ago, they had him being like an apprentice or something, but apparently not.
We're in this ore factory, refinery, whatever the hell you want to call it. And it actually wasn't Jake that triggered it. It was the O'Brien. It was Smiley that actually triggered it. But
technically, Jake found it.
Yeah, Jake did find it.
Yeah.
But it does have my favorite. Can I say he's my favorite? We'll say my second favorite Deep Space Nine character in the show, which is Gul Dukat. We get him basically from beginning to end with the whole security system set up. The stuff out of Ops, number one, why is the doctor in Ops? Why isn't he at sickbay?
Well, I don't know, because he also seems like he's in Ops a lot of the time through this entire series. So,
You hear me ask that question a lot. Why is he in Ops?
I think, he's always there. And I will say my favorite character of this series is in it too, and it is Garak.
Ah, yes. Garak is probably my third favorite.
You can't go wrong with at least the two of them, Garak and Gul Dukat, in an episode together. I like, and that's going to be one of my highlights of this episode is towards the end when they go back and forth and they have that scene where he accuses him of trying to hit on Major Kira.
Yeah.
She's not going to fall for that. So that was...
And, you talk about Garak. Andrew Robertson himself is a fun actor. Those of you who might remember those bright glowing eyes from such movies as Hellraiser.
Oh, that's right. He is. Yes. I forgot about that.
That's honestly the only one I can remember him from.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head.
I totally forgot, though, that he was in that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I said I had no other recollection of another movie that Garak was in. Child's Play 3.
Which one? Oh, my God. Yes.
Presto, you're bald.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, how did I forget that?
Yeah, one of the best lines, both from Chucky and him. Presto, you're dead.
Yeah, God, I
Yeah,
forgot all about that one.
I'm
That one
sitting
was
here thinking
funny.
about it. So yeah, fun episode with some fun characters. So the severity of the episode was, do I say overlooked or valued? There were times that I felt like, okay, yeah, it seems like it's a pretty serious thing, but then everything started ramping up so quick that I was like, okay, this is really getting out of hand really fast.
Right, right.
You go from the gas to basically the station self-destructing.
Yeah, they have the 2 hours or what
Mhm.
was it? Yeah, it was 2 hours that if he wasn't back in command within 2 hours, the station was gonna explode or something. Yeah, it
Right.
was gonna self-destruct.
Which then, his ego and everything got him in trouble when he tried to leave. He could have just, you know,
That is one of the things I loved about this episode was we were the entire episode, it was Gul Dukat coming on going, "Well, hey, I guess I'm knocked out, and now whatever he would do his little spiel, and then when he tries the beam off, there's another guy that pops up, and he goes, "Well, clearly you tried to leave the station. Why the self
right.
destruct was going?"
We knew you were a coward.
Yeah,
Here. Now you're going to die on the station with everybody.
yeah. I thought that was funny, and I'm sure it was meant to be a little tug in cheek,
Mhm.
considering what we've been going through the entire episode. So I like that.
I did like the little robot laser gun that was produced out of the replicator.
The replicator, it just
Like,
sat in the replicator shooting in
how
all
do you have
directions.
this replicator file on, like,
Well, how does it, and that's, yeah. But I loved too when it's sitting there firing and Gul Dukat's just standing in front of it, and then
right
he
in front of it?
orders to drink, and it disappears for a second.
And
Uh,
Bashir tries to get up like he's going
Tries
to
to
do
get up, and
something.
you see it just slowly reappear and start firing again.
And then Garrick, of course, figures out that it's not firing at Cardassians. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, that was
and that's when one of your favorite parts happens, where they start going back
oh
and forth.
oh yeah, yeah, where he's trying to act like all like a hero, and you just watch Garrick's expression while he's talking to Kira, and he's just finally like, okay, that's not gonna work.
Hmm.
I should have killed you when the last time we met. You tried, don't you remember? That is such a great back and forth between the two of them.
One
Well,
thing we haven't touched on is the whole buddy cop. Well, I can't say buddy cop, but the buddy scenes with Odo and Quark.
oh yes, I forgot all about that, and it's actually some of the better stuff of the episode.
Yeah, I enjoy it because it definitely shows that those two, while maybe it's not said till later on, but you can tell those two have a genuine kind of, maybe not love, but an affection for each other, and
Right.
just irritate each other just so they can interact with each other.
I love
You
the
see the chemistry.
I love the he goes, and then my cousin, and Odo goes, I know he has his own moon. Oh, I told you that one already.
Well, it's a small moon,
It's
but
a small moon. You know,
rule of acquisition. What did he say? 75.
75. Yeah, it was 7.
75.
I made a mental note of that because I wanted to ask you about that because
Yep,
you got the
75.
the little pamphlet.
Home is where the heart is, but the
Yeah.
stars are made of platinum, so it
So
is legit.
that book came out after this episode then.
Yep, right here. It's in there.
Home is where the heart is, but Latinum is made in space.
I made a note to remember the number two.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that. I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna have to ask him about that.
I tell you, this this book is, I can always pick it up and get a laugh. But yeah, I enjoyed those scenes, especially whenever he goes, low level threat. You consider me a low
Low
level
level
threat?
threat. Yeah,
I
I
just
like
throw
the what a and it's such a small little fucking nitpicky thing that I'm doing with this one, but it just and it's not even like isolated to just this scene. you see it a lot in movies and TV shows, but it was when they have to crawl through that crawl space and there's the flames and how easily they've ripped their sleeves
Oh
off.
yeah,
And
to
it's just like
perfectly accommodate their hands.
their hands. And it's always something like you see it all the time when they're trying to make a bandage and they perfectly rip
Yeah,
the just the amount of that they need, because that's common. I can just take my shirt right now and rip it if I wanted to.
it's like Starfleet issued uniforms have tearaway sleeves just in case a plasma fire
I
breaks
just
loose.
I just laughed because it was perfect to the length of the oversleeve or whatever, and I was just like, oh wow, well that's convenient.
You know, that's one thing about this episode that I do gripe about. And it happens several times, starting with the kerosene gas that pumps into the refinery.
Oh yeah.
They get the thing open right at the last second to get out. And then at the end of the episode, the Sisko gets all the things in the right exact spot, which is a gripe in itself because he didn't really do anything. He just kept pulling out the one, putting it back, pulling out
Right,
one,
yeah.
looking at it, put it back. Managed to pull the last two as the computer is saying, I can't remember what the actual malfunction was, but when the station started doing like a lightning storm all around itself and attacking its shields, which was the purpose of what he wanted to
Right.
do. He did it right as the computer said it is now, like basically saying it's starting.
Yeah. So, well, and getting back to the gas thing, it's just like you see it, they open it in time, but when you go back and you look and you see O'Brien's the last one to go up the ladder, that gas is already surrounding him, and
Yeah.
literally nothing is happening to him.
Yeah.
They don't even cough. It's just like you would think if this is some kind of toxin or whatever that the Cardassians are using, it would work almost
Oh yeah.
instantaneous.
Cardassians are efficient killers and torturers. They're not.
Yeah,
They
they're
don't play
not
around.
gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be some. Well, I mean, it could be a slow poison that kills you over time, but
But that's not their style.
no,
They
it's not.
torture you for information.
And
Once
especially
they,
if they're trying to retake that area back, they're going to want to knock these people out or kill them as quick as humanly possible just
right.
to get back in there.
Yeah, Cardassians are known for being meticulous with their torture,
Right.
and then swift with their murder.
Yeah. No, I mean, for the most part, it's a good episode. I wouldn't put it in my top 10 for DS9, but it's a good episode. All right, what's your absolute favorite part of this episode?
Can't Major Kira be my answer for everything?
That's your answer to every episode of Star Trek, even if she's not on there.
Like all of Star Trek.
Her name appears, or DS9, her name appears in the opening credits. That's good enough for me.
Good episode.
Nana visitors' names right there. That's good enough for me. We win. We all win.
My favorite part of the episode, honestly, is the whole stuff between Quark and
Odo.
Yeah. Like, especially that last interaction where they're walking down the promenade, like the closeout of the episode.
Yeah.
It's fun. It just shows them two being them two.
I love, and I absolutely love the part where he's just firing the phaser like nonstop at the door, trying to get it to open
before you hurt yourself.
And then after they have the conversation, his line is, "Can I have the phaser back now?" When he's like, "No."
Yeah, those two are great together, and that started at the very beginning of the season or very beginning of the show. Working off each other.
Yeah.
You got the Doctor and O'Brien together.
Well, and they have, before the show even started, is a history. They were both on when it was still under Cardassian control. He was the constable there, and they had the exact same roles. So they would have known each other for years and years before this. So I mean, but it should stand to reason that they're very, they already have this, camaraderie.
Right. So your favorite part of the episode?
Any episode that Garak's on is my favorite part of the episode.
Okay.
He's just a fantastic actor. It's like when we talked about James Sloyan in the last episode. He's tremendous to watch. He's fun to watch. The way he interacts with not only the Doctor but Gul Dukat, basically anybody on the show, he steals the scene that he's in.
I cannot believe I didn't bring this up earlier. Favorite line of the whole thing, because it basically stuck out in my mind. And speaking of Taylor, I don't forget, or those pants that you had me hem are now ready to be picked up.
So
absolute
so
serious
random.
issue. Like everything's about to die, and he's like, "Don't forget
your pants."
Yeah,
Yeah.
and him saying that to the damn Doctor. That their whole sexual innuendo between the two of them.
Oh
during the whole
God, yeah.
show. Don't
I
forget
also
your
like
pants.
I like the part where he walks in and he can walk through like the force fields, but
Yeah.
they immediately go back up, and it's like he can get into the system, but he can just look around. He can't
Right.
actually do anything, and you can just see this slight a bit of annoyance but humor in his voice at the same time. Like he's annoyed by it, but he thinks it's hilarious that they let him into everything, but he can't do anything.
The line goes something along the lines of, while Gul Dukat may have given me limited access, so to which a reason I do not know why, I can only look around. I can't really do anything.
Oh yeah, no, the line was, he, for whatever reason, which I can't understand, Gul Dukat didn't leave me his personal codes.
Right. It's just such a smart ass line. Like just so rating on this episode.
Okay, so are we going on a rating for the entire series, or we never kind of set the groundwork for what our rating system is? I'm going to go with like rating overall for the show, like an overall DS9 rating. And I'll give it a 2.5.
Okay.
3. Well, let's go with, oh shit, I hit that. Let's go with 3 because it's good. It's a good episode. It's a good filler episode, but you really don't get any, story advancements. You really don't get any background character development or anything in it, but it's a good episode. It's well acted. It's a fun episode. Yeah. And that's what it is. I mean, is it one of the best episodes of DS9? No. Is it the worst? No. It's just a fun episode that you can sit there and watch and not really think about.
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah.
3. Like we said, fun, and just the people that needed to be together on screen to have the fun chemistry parts made the episode fun.
Yeah.
Again, Odo and Quark and
yeah,
Gul Dukat and Garak, as well as Major Kira.
Yeah, she had a quite the part in there. I mean, Dax was in there at the beginning, and then like she burned her hands because she was cutting in, and then she like kind of was there but wasn't. She made a few comments, but like her contribution to the whole thing was kind of limited after that because her hands were completely burned. And yeah.
So fun episode. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Do we have our randomizer up for our next episode?
No, I got an idea for the next episode. So I thought we would go kind of do like a special episode and do hold on, let me see.
An alternate universe episode?
No, I'm going to do, doing like a retrospective of Voyager. Because Voyager is one of those shows that is loved by some and is downright hated by other people. And there's really no middle ground. You either like it or you dislike it.
Which side of the fence are you on?
Oh, I love it. I think it has, and this will be for next week or the next time we record. But there's so many things leaning towards why I think it is one of the better series in Star Trek.
I think,
and I will have my talking points when we get back to it. And there's a lot of bad in it that I understand why people dislike it. But in the same token, it does have a lot of the better episodes of Star Trek. There's a lot. When you get into that 4, 5, and 6 seasons,
Mm-hmm.
they're one good episode after another. I mean, there's one or two bad ones in there, but for the most part, those late seasons are as good as any season of Star Trek.
Where can we find ourselves on the internet, Bob?
Well, so right now you can find us on TikTok. It's, the Star Trek Network. That's where we upload a lot of stuff, like on here, on YouTube, and on Discord. Well, not Discord, but on TikTok. You can also find us we have a Discord for the Vern and Bob Star Trek show. It'll be linked down below. You can join us, and we've gotten a little movement going on that and looking to get a little bit more going, but we're getting some good conversations going in there from time to time. So I got to keep pushing that one out there. So look for the link below if you want to join us and chit chat with us. We're always around. So yeah,
Yep.
that's what we got right now.
And we got a new show out.
Oh yes, and let me make that announcement because we just launched the
Shameless
first episode,
plug.
which came out Monday. I want to say I set it out.
Yep.
It is Star Trek Tech with Vern. So he's got his own Star Trek technology show, which we got to get a second episode up here in a little bit. So we're going to get to work on that. But yeah, if you haven't checked that out already, I'll have a little whatever tag thing pop up right here. And if you want to click on it and check it out, there you go. It'll be right up there. And
Leave a comment. Leave a comment.
Let us know what you think of it. So, hey, you already got a compliment. Did you see that? I don't know if it was from the TikTok post or the one on here, but the guy said you had an amazing voice for.
I think that was me.
No, was it you?
I think it was me.
No way.
On TikTok, I'm pretty sure.
No. I know that guy.
Oh.
Hold on. Let
me look. I have a nice, that guy has a nice voice somewhere. I can't remember where I put it.
It might have been the YouTube. Hold on. Let me look at the comments here. Hold on.
Yeah, it was me.
Nice voice there. Yeah, it is you piece of shit. I thought I was like, Sue, this guy's giving out a compliment to Vernon, and then it's just like, oh wait, that is. I looked at the name real close, and it's William G. You fucking asshole. Way to steal a helpful comment.
I should have done it from the Night Song Facebook page.
Oh, that would have been even hilarious.
Start complimenting myself.
Yeah, just everything that you have access to, just start commenting and complimenting yourself, and I wouldn't know any different. Well, it wasn't until I just looked at it now, I was like, what a dick.
I am honored to join the voiceover crew of you and Barbie because y'all do amazing jobs with the voiceovers. So,
well, I don't. She does for 100%. I'm not particularly a fan of my voice, but it's just easier for me to get videos done and not have to, be like, hey, let's record something. So I've kind of picked up a little of the slack on doing voiceovers, even though like I said, I don't care for my voice, but
we should do the holodeck next.
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Because I can do I was thinking that or the replicator.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can do. Let's do the transporter. That'll be it'll be an easy one for me to edit videos because there's fucking always using the transporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, for the Vern and Bob Star Trek show, we always enjoy it. Appreciate you being here, Bob. Enjoyed working with you again.
As always.
And everybody, have a great day.